Welcome to the Cover Your Assets podcast, a show for the physician who understands the importance of protecting everything you've worked so hard to achieve. If you're ready to find the peace of mind that only financial security can bring, let's get started. Here's your host, Billy Gwaltney.
Hello, welcome to today's episode of the Cover Your Assets podcast. I'm your host, Billy Gwaltney. As always, happy to be with you today. Today's topic is the streamlined medical screening process for trainees. It's never been this easy for resident and fellow physicians to go through the medical screening process to secure their private specialty on occupation disability coverage. The primary reason is because it's all electronic or over the phone. The top insurance carriers have waived the need for the insurance physical. So if and when you're ready to proceed and lock in your coverage and go to the next step, if you're working with me, we would email you a secure link to fill out your personal information. It's like an intake form, just kind of some basic information about you personally. Would take anywhere from maybe 8 to 10 minutes to do that. Again, it's electronic. And then once that's received, that information is imported into the application system for the company you've chosen, and you will then e-sign the application electronically. That takes just a couple of minutes, maybe a few minutes to review it, and then e-signing is really quick. Once that's completed, you'll be contacted either by phone or email to answer about 25 medical questions, either electronically, again, if by email, or over the phone, where an underwriter will just go through a list of questions that they ask everybody. That depends on which company you pick as whether or not that's done by email or phone. Overall, that process probably takes you 30 minutes or less. And again, it's all on your schedule, remote. And for attendings, there would be the need for an insurance physical typically, where a nurse would contact you and schedule a time to do labs and measurements and medical questions and that kind of thing, but they waive that for you as a trainee. And what's important is that if you have the benefit increase rider or future insurability option on your policy, and you go to increase coverage in the future, if your policy is approved with that rider on it, then there's no need to update the medical screening or ever do the physical. So once you're approved forever for the amount that you purchase, and also for future purchase amounts through the benefit increase rider and the future insurability option, again, whichever rider you have on your policy. The process itself with the top companies, it can take these companies anywhere from 2 weeks to up to 8 weeks to process things. Depends on if they need to get medical records. You do sign a HIPAA that allows them to verify medical records if they need to. These companies don't typically go on scavenger hunts just looking for records. They typically will request those if they need to verify dates and medications and dosage and that kind of thing. Just things related to the medical history that's been disclosed through the medical questions. But again, you're looking at a month or two. It takes you, again, less than half an hour to do your part. We're in touch with the underwriters every day. They communicate and deliver things electronically, and we get that to you right away securely as it comes to us. And we push them. The role of the broker is important during this process. Number one, to make sure you have the right definitions with the right company, to then also make sure you have the trainee discounts. And then also to push the underwriters and make sure that process is as smooth and quick as possible. And to influence them if there are exclusions that they're thinking about based on pre-existing conditions, that we can push them to make sure that those aren't there if they're not needed. We have been able to move the needle at times in the past to make sure exclusions are not there, but it's not guaranteed all the time. It just depends. And so we help clients navigate that process, and it is important to work with a specialist that these underwriters know and that they actually enjoy working with. The role of the broker, as I always say, is a vital one. So choose wisely. Would love to help you with this. Please feel free to reach out to me anytime with any questions. You can text me at 704-270-2376. and we can arrange a time to discuss. Again, 704-270-2376. Thank you as always for your time. I'm grateful for that. Hope to speak with you soon.
Thanks for listening to the Cover Your Assets podcast, a Work P2P production. New episodes drop every 2 weeks. If you've enjoyed the conversation, subscribe, rate, and review this podcast. For more tips and advice, visit the website and YouTube channel. Check the show notes for links. Join us next time for another episode dedicated to helping physicians like you get your disability insurance right and protect your way of life.